Hi, welcome to Blockhead U. This is my second attempt at starting this live. Twitter is telling me that Instagram is down. But I'm just gonna keep trying and see if we can stick to our usual schedule of hosting these lives every Wednesday on Instagram at 9 p.m. Eastern, that's 8 Central and 6 Pacific. All right, I see people have joined. Kayla, okay, so I'm messaging with Ashley and she's telling me that apparently Instagram is down. Like, I knew that there was some weirdness happening on my side, but I just thought it was my internet. Can you hear me? Yeah, really weird IG issues tonight. Okay, there is Ashley. Here we go. Now is a lot more familiar working on my laptop, but not my phone. Okay, so Ashley, you won't be able to go live with me then on your laptop. Can you just try your phone, please? Because things are moving a little bit better right now. It is messing up bad. Hi everyone. Yeah, Melissa, I don't think it's not just you, it's all of us. I was checking I was checking Twitter and hashtag Instagram down seems to be trending. Okay. Oh, whoops, Gaki. Sorry. Ashley, I was inviting you from the wrong account. My bad. All right. Okay. Ashley, where do you want to go live from? From Gaki or from your personal account? Because I can't seem to invite you to go live from Gaki. Okay. All right. If we haven't met, by the way, hi, my name is Melanie. I'm in Toronto. Please, in the chat, introduce yourself. Let folks know from where you are joining. And if you went to the Houston Rodeo last night, and if you plan on going on the cruise and booking tomorrow. All right, Ashley, I have sent you the invite, so hopefully this works. Because I really don't feel like doing this by myself tonight. You know, it's just not gonna happen. Oh my god!
Hi.
Happy International Women's Day, by the way.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.
We are international women.
Pardon?
I said
we are international women. That we are.
What?
I love your hat.
Thank you. I borrowed it from a friend tonight.
So cute. And do you have pigtails in too?
Too.
Love it. Well, I'm wearing denim. I have denim top, and I've got a bandana in my hair. It's the best I could come up with. But you know what? It's International Women's Day. We can do whatever we want.
Yep, exactly.
It's our day. It's our day. Oh my gosh. Okay. Of course, you know, Instagram would go down right at 9 o'clock, right? You know, right as we're trying to go live.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That is how the wheel works.
That's what?
How the world works.
It is. It is. But you know what? We're international women, and we roll with the punches, and we push through, and here we are.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. So how are we doing with the cruise announcement?
Oh my God. You know, you always know it's going to come hard and fast, right? So I was prepared, like monetarily, we're good to go, but it's more the emotional stake of it. Plus,
yeah,
actually, I'm super excited. This is the first year it's not over my husband's birthday. Normally,
okay.
I leave my husband for his birthday and I go on the cruise. So I get both of them this year.
What day is your husband's birthday?
21st.
The 21st. Okay, that's nice. You get to be home for that.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm sure.
Pardon me?
I'm sure he's appreciative that I'm not a big fan.
And even though they moved the cruise up a few days this year, they still managed to avoid Canadian Thanksgiving. So shout out to Johnny for that. And the whole crew, but he talked about it yesterday on his live. So thank you for steering clear of that date. We appreciate that. Yeah, but like, you know, we've just been waiting and like pushing and like baiting for this for so long. And now that it's here, it's like, oh God, you know, I don't know. I'm ready for this. It's like
100%. It's like the announcement we wanted, but now that it's here, we're like, No, not
Yeah.
yet. We're not
I'm
ready.
not ready. I'm not emotionally, mentally ready,
Yes.
but we got
Exactly.
this because we're international women.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this all night. Yes, we are.
Okay. Should we get started?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm just going to refer to my list to remind me who's first, and I've got their names.
And thank you, everyone, for being patient as we waited for Instagram to get its butt together.
I know. My gosh. Okay. I've sent my 2 invites. So to our first ladies, please be on the lookout. There's one.
It's
Hi.
Oh, Grace too.
Oh, another Canadian. Love it.
Super fun.
Allana, I've sent you the invite.
I saw she's watching. We did our best to look like we were at the rodeo for you guys. So
you look more like you're at the rodeo than I
isn't
did.
that true?
I didn't wear a
You
hat.
know, like you're actually from Texas, so you don't dress like this, and then we are like, this is how we would dress.
This is how we think they dress.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks we wear hats and ride
I don't
horses.
Okay, Allana, I have sent you an invite a couple of times. It's telling me that you're unable to join.
Okay, well,
we know.
Instagram's being crazy today.
We know.
we still have two. We have 2 guests yet. The 2 of you on the couch there.
Yeah, Grace, I wasn't expecting you, but you know what? I'm sure the conversation will get real hectic with you here, and I'm looking forward to it.
What does that mean?
Hi.
I'm just observing.
Okay, you're not answering any questions tonight?
Oh, no, you can talk to me. It's just,
we have a treat from
Terrie
Grace. Grace wrote a song for booking the cruise. So it's
okay.
comical.
Is this something that you're going to be sharing with us, or this is okay?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Surprises. So Elena says she's here, but I don't know. I just asked if her app was updated. Maybe.
Yeah, I saw. Okay, so she sent me an invite. Maybe it'll work this way around. Well, ow! If we just go about it that way. There we go. This looks better.
my daughter's hat. I don't have one. I think it's backwards.
Oh my.
No, God. Backwards.
It's like an Easter hat or something. But
I have no voice. I have no makeup on because I literally got off the airplane, drove home, took my daughter to dance class. This is awful.
Well, listen, we appreciate your commitment to the live. Thank you for joining us.
We're twinning though with
Oh
our
my
shirts.
gosh. Okay.
Love it.
Oh,
That's the rodeo shirt. Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, fun.
It's got all of their names around the
cute.
star.
We've been deputized by the new kids.
Jealous. Okay, well, you know what, Ashley? At least you and I we have each other in our FOMO-ness right now. Right? Neither of us went to the Houston Rodeo, so we want to learn about it from the 3 of you. But before we get started, in case there's anybody here who has not met you, can you please each introduce yourself and let us know from where you are joining?
I'm Terrie Williams. I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, I'm Grace. I'm from Winnipeg, Canada.
I'm
visiting
Allana.
Terrie.
I'm Ashley's sister, and twin sister. Some people didn't know we were twins, which is funny. And I'm from Florida.
And you just returned from Houston.
I just returned from Houston.
It's
Mickey's doing this.
It's a real. That's exactly what Ashley said she was going to be doing. They're just such twins. Ashley, do you want to get started?
Yes. Okay. So, Terrie, obviously, you're from Houston. Allana, you've never been to Houston. So, what was one thing that stood out to you about the city, or something that you loved about the city? I've been there, so I know.
Well, when I wasn't having a blast at Terrie's at her pool and just she's the best host in the world, first off. Best host in the world. But when I wasn't there, I was actually working. So I drove around a lot. But otherwise, I got to see what downtown looked like, and I got to see a couple other things, but it was in passing. So I need to go back so I can actually like fully immerse myself in Houston. But otherwise I got to see just the rodeo, and it was just being in that stadium and like the hugeness of it all was enough. I mean, it was so cool.
How long were you in Houston for?
3.5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking
Okay,
this
so-
off. It's too much.
Yeah.
Fast. 3.5
Yeah.
fast days.
Good call. So everyone, you all three were, Grace, you were there too. You were all at the Houston rodeo. So I just want to like unpack all the experience. So Terrie, you're a rodeo vet, and Allana, this was your first time at the rodeo, and Grace, was this your first time too? Okay. So can each of you like try to sum up your experience at the show itself? Yeah.
The show itself. Okay. Well, if you sit real close to where the dirt is and food flies at you, yeah. And that's
we did learn
Is that it? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
We did learn what mutton busting is, though. We learned about mutton busting.
It was great.
That was interesting.
We did.
Sorry, say that again.
Mutton busting.
Yeah, we know.
So the last event at the rodeo is basically like kindergartners who hold on to sheep.
Okay.
As the sheep run, and they try to hold on as long as they can. And it's the cutest, funniest thing on the planet. And they made all the kids, like, afterwards they'd fall because they like full on fall off the sheep. And then they like would pick them up by the back of their jackets and sit them down and then make them wave. And it was it was so cute.
Yeah.
But it's called mutton busting. So I learned that.
We went 2 nights, and the guy behind us, the first night.
It's just like this, like shocked look.
Yeah.
I thought she was just like taken aback by
She wasn't expecting mutton busting to be like that.
Sorry, Terrie.
Grace, you were telling the story about the guy behind you.
Just the guy behind me. So mutton busting. The kids are going out on their sheep and they're falling off. And every time a kid would cry, the guy behind me would go, he's crying. And these kids are 5.
Okay, so I asked for you to sum up the concert and your most memorable experience. Was the mutton busting? Is that?
You heard rodeo. No, I thought I heard rodeo too.
Okay, maybe I said rodeo, but I'm sorry. What I meant was the concert.
Rodeo concert.
The rodeo was great. I was very proud that they used the stage is shaped like a star. So they utilized all 5 points of the star, and those points come up, they raise up, and so each guy was up on a point of the stage. So I was excited that they actually used it, because some of the artists don't utilize it, though. They just leave it flat, but they fully utilized it. And then we got so excited because they brought out boxes and put them out like right by the action seat. So all of us fans, we knew what that meant when they put the boxes out. Okay, somebody's gonna come and stand right in front of us. So that was very exciting. We got Joe. We got about 2.5 minutes of Joe, like literally right in front of us. We were on second row of the action seats. So it was great.
I haven't watched the concert yet. I've had like a long week, and I was so tired last night. I just decided to call it a night before the show started. So I'm learning about all of these details from you. Like, did they come out during tonight? Is that it? Like tradition?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So tonight started, and that's when all of us like got it.
Yeah, they came out in Suburban. They came out in Suburbans, got out of the Suburbans, and then went up to the stage. And then they opened with Block Party, and it was great. My favorite song that they did is probably Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. They did that one, and they had somebody join them, and that was a lot of fun.
My favorite part, besides just, if you've been to a concert, especially at even some of their bigger venues that they perform at right now, this is equally double to the size of those. So
it's a stadium, right?
It's a stadium. So
when an arena.
When you're used to like, 30, 35,000 people, and then suddenly it's 70 to 80,000 people.
Yeah.
And the scope of the stage, like when they do their tour, their stage is beautiful and huge. But because of the size of this event and the severity of this event, the stage, it's hard to even like say what the stage was like size wise, because it was gigantic.
Yeah.
And even before it came out, it's always pushed to the side because obviously they can't have it in the middle of the. So even during the rodeo, you kept looking over and it looked like an alien spacecraft just sitting there. Yeah, on the side.
Like a
But
big
I did see that
Yeah.
clip because it's like got its arms up and it starts like moving in. Yeah, it looks like a claw or something.
Yeah. And so just the expectation of once they brought it out, I mean, even that part, like I'm such a geek for like the technical side of stuff too.
Right.
Just when they brought that out and then the lights lowered and then the stage, you know, it all came up together and it was fantastic just to even watch like their staff do it because they all knew exactly where to put the pyro, exactly where to put this, you know, it only took like, I mean, what would you say, Terrie, like 5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, they did it during Mutton Bustins. I would say about 10 minutes. And I looked at the numbers today. There was like over 76,000 people.
Yeah,
they posted
which I'm sure for them, like I wonder like how they feel about that. They used to do, you know, every once in a while back in like 91, 92, that's the size they were doing. And this is the first time they've done that size since that. I mean, I guess you could count, you know, when they're on TV for stuff, obviously it's millions of people. But just the sheer scope of it was really cool, besides the fact that they put together the show in such a cool way that like it just kept happening. I mean, and we're so used to now during tours, them and then another artist pops in and another, you know, and then them and then another. So just seeing them straight through for an hour was really cool.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
And we were talking about this earlier that I didn't feel deprived that it was a shorter show. Like they played a lot of songs for the time frame that they had. So I didn't feel like we got gypped in any way or didn't get a full concert. They did all of the
a different perspective for Melanie who hasn't seen it yet. I watched it live. Steph in the City was going live. And so I thought I'd just pop in and watch it, but then I could not. It's so weird. We've seen these shows how many times? I could not pull myself away from it. Like I was like, I'm going to go to bed. I'm just going to turn this on for like a second and see what's going on. And it felt to me different enough from the normal parlay of things that was like, okay, I got to see what's next. What's next?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the layout, like I said, the stage of the layout where the guys weren't all on top of each other. Each one was at a different points of it. And then the stage rotates. So, you know, sometimes you're seeing them right in front of you. Sometimes you're watching from the screen. So it's a very different experience.
Okay. So is there anything else you want to say about the concert? And then we're going to cruise into some other topic.
Okay. Really quickly. And I feel bad. I cannot remember the name of the person who does their outfits usually. And I don't know if it's the person who did their outfits for this. They looked so good. It was the classic. They all have a similar thing going, but it's like tailored to each of their personalities. I had a couple of friends that were around me that even the ladies behind me that didn't know me at all. The minute there's a whole section where they all kind of did something slightly different with their outfit, and Danny took his jacket off and just had a tank top on. And
Danny looked good.
Behind me, they were like, oh, and so that was really cool. It was cool to see like the people in the rodeo who were not current fans, and their reaction to it all. There was a couple families that I think were not expecting. The minute Donnie started doing those shirt lifts and all that, there was a couple families like,
taking their kids and
yeeted themselves out of the place.
And then 1 times, 2 times, 10 times, they're like, okay, so I think time to go.
Their costume designer is typically Marjan.
Yes.
I'm assuming she's who did their,
Thank you.
Donnie's here now, so he can confirm. Donnie, was it Marjan who did the outfits last night? Outfits.
I will say while watching the live, there were plenty of people who were like, why does Danny have a shirt on? Why is Danny's arms hiding? Maybe just a note for her for the future. Like, you know, we're all here.
Free the arms.
Just skip the sleeves. Just skip them.
Right. Skip, Marjan and DW. Okay. I like that. So, skip the sleeves. That's good.
I'm going to wear that on a shirt next time. Danny's.
And then I think you have to have sleeves and then have them like Velcro
right
off.
to bear arms.
Even make it a production. I like it. Donnie, that's a good idea for next time.
And then you could tie them together and then skip with the sleeves. Like that.
I like it. I like it.
That's a great idea. Oh my God. Okay, so we were saying we were going to cruise into another topic.
Ooh, segue.
Yeah. Terrie, did you hear what your last Houston Rodeo thing was? Did you have anything else that you wanted to mention?
Any parting words about the rodeo that you wanted to throw in? Grace, that goes out to you too if you want to.
It was great. Everybody was super friendly. The show was awesome. I had a great time.
Yeah, I think it was great. They did an excellent job. They utilized every single second they had out there. They utilized the stage. It was amazing. It was just fun to see everybody have a good time and experience a whole different side of new kids with rodeo and Houston and everything.
I love it. Yep. Okay, so next question. We got news on Monday.
We got cruise news this week.
Happening in October again. So are you guys planning? I feel like this is a dumb question, but
yeah.
Are you planning on being there?
I don't know, Ashley. What's my answer?
I am.
Well, you're right.
Okay, so Allana is a yes. What about you, Terrie?
I will be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
So we know that like there are probably a lot of people or a few people maybe who are watching who have questions about the cruise experience, especially, you know, in the next couple of days. So we thought that we would kind of tap into your expertise and your knowledge and your experiences. So we're going to ask you some cruise questions. Okay. So what are your top tips to help us get ready for booking? Oh, yeah.
Great. Wrote a song about it. You ready? Okay.
All right. So you have to imagine I can sing or I sound like a new kid. Okay, you ready? Step by step, this is what you need to be prepared for. All right? Step 1, go to rosetours.com. Step 2, search for cabins for you. Step 3, take the first one you see. Step 4, panic that you didn't have all your roommates' information and they're not answering your DMs even though they know damn well that you're trying to book, so they should be on standby and your credit card on file is expired, and maybe you could get a better cabin if you tried again, but you don't want to lose the one that you have, and oh my God, this is too much stress for a Thursday. Step 5, don't you know that your time has expired? Now you gotta do it again.
I think that pretty much sums up like the cruise booking experience. Like a 2-minute cruise booking experience, all the emotions, right? Oh.
She wrote that in like 10
talented.
minutes.
Very talented Canadian. I love her. Okay, so just to recap, you're going to make sure that you have your Rose Tours profile set up.
Yes.
Right? It's going to have your information, your name, current credit card. Right?
Updated.
Not only yours
Yeah.
and your roommate's information too.
You want their email, you want their address, you want their phone numbers, all the information you think Rose Tours already has, because they do already have it. You need to have it.
Make sure.
Like it.
Very, very helpful. Any other anything else that we can be doing now to help us get ready?
Well,
make sure with your roommate that you know what your budget is, because you may say, I only want a $1,000 room, and then you go to look and there's only a $1,500 room. So you need to make sure they're okay with that.
Yeah.
My biggest advice, and it's what's always worked for us, is if you're physically in the same city or town or whatever, if you can get together and have all of your computers up at the same time while sitting there together, amazing. If you can't, use as many devices as you can to FaceTime each other and be present. Like Grace's amazing song said, also be ready if your friend is booking for you, have your stuff, like be ready to be available to them. Because if you're not, it's not their fault they didn't book you. You need to like all be on the same page, be all together. Donnie just said Rose Tours has all our data. Yeah, they could like...
But you also have to be able to, like, if my roommate are these ladies, I have to drop in your name.
Yep.
And somebody like me, my name is complicated. People always mess it up.
Yeah, spell it
and
right.
I have to remind my friends how to spell my first and my last name.
Yeah.
It's important, right?
Yep.
To make sure that everything syncs up.
Date of birth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of it. You have to have everything. Like, so tonight, everyone, when you're done with this live, call your friends you're planning on rooming with and write down their information and maybe 2 credit cards in case one doesn't work. I don't know. Just, you never know. I'm going to grab, that's my cruise tip while you guys are finishing this.
Okay.
I was going to say that's.
Yeah. Donnie is right. They have the information. But for example, I've cruised with the same roommate for a couple of years now, and I still have to enter her information if I'm booking for all of us. So they do have it, but you have to have it too when you book.
Yep.
And then just like fast fingers. Like,
Donnie is saying that he and Tara are going to be booking a cabin like you all do. Just for the experience. Donnie, you're going to slow things down for the rest of us. Just trust us. Like, please don't screw it up for the rest of us.
Don't talk the queue, Donnie. Don't talk the queue.
Don't take up space, Donnie. Just trust us. It's complicated.
Clog up the queue.
We love you. We know you'll be there, but don't.
No, you're going to be there. Don't worry. Yes. So what Ashley's showing are the cruise floor plans.
Yes.
Yes, they're all color coded, so you can see where rooms are, and then like each category or color aligns with a price for each room, right?
Yes. And I did a video today that's on our Gacky Girls page, and it says, oh God, what did I say? What did I say?
You said, make sure your glasses are clean.
No, beggars can't be
choosers.
Choosers.
Could be losers. Could be losers, yes.
Yes. This get on the boat.
Step 3, take
it doesn't matter if you're here or here or here.
Or on the boat.
Get on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. All very, very useful information, especially if you're a first time booker like Donnie, I guess.
So this is a really question for everyone because we've all done before. Real quick, Lena, I know you have to go, so we'll go to Terrie and Grace there. But what is a standard budget that you try to stick to as far as understanding? Like, it's not just booking the ship; it's hotels, flights, food.
Yeah. Well, especially I think at first when people are looking at the prices, they're looking at that base price. They're forgetting there's dock and port fees. So number one, plan on, I think last time was about $375 in port fees.
Yeah.
So number one, you're going to have that added on. So if you're budgeting, that's definitely something to look forward to. Pull up.
Can you just hold one second, Elena? Somebody's asking, can you share the floor seat plan? Just Google it and you'll find it. Because it's the Carnival Conquest, right?
Yep.
Just Google the floor plan for the Carnival Conquest and you'll find it. Sorry, Elena.
This is on the New Kids on the Block page on nkotb.com/cruise. There is a link. Like, so when you go to the page, last year I feel like I had to Google it, but this year it's there. I just printed it right off their website. So
I would say somebody just chimed in. I love NKOTB. It was $389 last time. So there is a considerable port fee. So if you're looking at, I can only afford
$389
American dollars. Yes, you're right. USD.
Basically.
So $1,000 in Canadian dollars.
So that, and then you'll probably have to stay in a hotel the night before.
Yeah.
Look at flights because you can look at flights tonight that are similar dates. I don't know if some flights don't go out that far, but similar ideas or similar dates. Try to budget for that. And then also pay attention to, okay, well, if I'm not flying out until 6 p.m., do I want to get a hotel for the afternoon? We found out, and it's amazing, a lot of the hotels in the Fort Lauderdale and Miami area have day rates. So you can pay a day rate to go take a nap before you go to the airport if you don't want to nap on the seats at the airport. We were smart last year and we did that. And then we ended up delayed at the airport for 24 hours and still slept on the seats, but that's neither here nor there. So we could definitely, I would plan for those two things. How many hotel rooms are you going to need? What are your flights going to look like? And then also plan for those port fees. And then for the fun stuff, just adding on, the drink package for us has always been worth it. We love it. Big fan. Number one fan.
Thing Meg said tomorrow, and $500 to $700 for your deposit.
Tomorrow.
So if you're booking Carl on the either previous cruiser pre-book or the Black Nation, you have to have some money set aside to do that. And it's not just your $500. If you're rooming like me and Allana, I have, you know, $1,400 set aside so we can pay for both of our fees. Just like, I mean, I don't want to have to get her credit card. I'm putting it on mine. Let's go. Get on the boat.
Yeah, but that's like my main thing. And then you'll have your costumes. But the thing is, for theme nights, you do not have to go expensive.
Right.
So if you're budgeting, I need like $500. No, you don't. There's Amazon. There's do it yourself. You just do a t-shirt. Like if there's a cowboy night, look at that. I'm already ready. Bam. Ready. So that's my main thing, is just there's ways to do it on a budget, and then there's ways to save. Right. And we're past the save point because tomorrow it's go. Right. But if you have got your deposit, you got to do the rest. Then there's little things you can do to save, which is probably a whole nother podcast. So,
what are there any like unexpected fees that any of you like hadn't expected or anticipated that just kind of came in and you were like, oh my gosh, I hadn't thought about that? That people
not really. As long as you eat in like the standard eating areas, there's no additional fees. So drinks.
There is some food in some restaurants. Like I saw like a lobster thing on the boat that you have to pay extra. Yep. But there's plenty to eat.
Yeah,
and the sushi. You're not going to starve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Most people survive on pizza.
We have a friend
on the cruise, anyways.
I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Christina? No. Somebody survived on just room service grilled cheese for a whole cruise.
Somebody asked, do we need a certain amount on board?
Only if you're going to, like, if you're a gambler and you want to gamble.
If you're planning on buying
souvenirs,
you
have money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys remember? Do they put a hold on a certain amount on your credit card?
But again, last year was so different because of having all those years off for COVID. We won't know until we know. Like, and that goes with everything. Mm-hmm. We won't know until we know. Just like when, and they will tell you. The industry is constantly changing. So yes, in the past there wasn't, but I'm not sure. You know, in the future if they weren't. I hate to go, you guys. I love you all.
Oh, it's you're
beautiful.
And we miss you already.
Miss everybody, and so I'll talk to you again soon.
Before you go, I saw the waffle from last night, and I thought it was me.
So just really quick, there was a menagerie of people who either referred to me as, "Are you one of the twins?" And I was like, "Well, there's many twins, so I'm not sure. I am a twin." And then a couple people who knew that we were two different people. But that I'm holding a camera lens for some reason. That knew we were two different people, but didn't know we were twins, which is fine. I'm usually like purple or blonde, you're brunette, whatever. And then there was one person who did not realize there was two of us. We're at the Waffle House, and my now friend Dana goes, "Did I do a live with you?" And I was like, No, that's not me. That's my sister. So there's some confusion. So if you ever see one of us, number one, yes, we are twins. But if you say the twins, I don't know which twins you're talking about. But you could say Gacky twins. We're the Gacky girls. So that's a good one.
Ashley, it was so awkward. She made us all call her the good one. I was like, I don't feel right about this, but okay.
Well, she can be the good one. I'm the hot one.
It's okay. We've all seen her in that hat now.
She does. So you've seen me in my hat too.
Don't do yourself. Don't.
She's the one you want. I'm the wish version. Okay, I have to go.
Night. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, Ashley, there was a question that you were going to ask our guest that I'm not prepared for. I don't know. So do you want to go for it?
I will put this out there as our next guest brought this question up.
Okay.
Who is the beautiful Eva. But someone at the concert yelled out Minneapolis. And there's was it Joe?
Yeah, what was that about?
Your opinion, please.
Everyone said it was Jordan, but listening back to the video that somebody played, it sounded like it was Joe. Maybe Donnie can answer it since he was in the chat, but we were laughing about it because I said one of them was really confused when they were singing deep in the heart of Texas if they thought they were in Minneapolis. We had a laugh about that.
And then Miss Joyce was saying she thought it was because there was like a Minneapolis sound.
Okay.
I don't know.
Very strange.
Okay, I thought it was going to be something a lot more controversial than that, but okay.
It wasn't.
No, but it was funny at the moment. We were all kind of like, what?
It's been all over like Facebook groups all day where people are like, why did he say that?
Mm-hmm.
Who said it? What was the reason? And they're like heavily digging into it on Twitter too. So that's why I thought it was a relevant question.
Okay.
Oh, I thought of another tip. So I've been on 3 cruises, but this last cruise, my flight got delayed. And I found out that those massage chairs in the airport are pretty decent to sleep in. Just drop a 20 in there. Goes for quite a while. You can get in a pretty good nap.
That's a good tip. However, I really hope I never have to use that one.
I was hoping so too, but hey, you got to do what you got to do when you haven't had
What
sleep.
about, okay, if there's anybody who wants to book the cruise but doesn't have a roommate, do you have any tips or suggestions on what they should do?
I would say there's so many groups out there. Just get in the groups and
on
ask
Facebook,
if
you
there's
mean?
other people that are looking for a roommate. Facebook groups, and then just start talking to people. Get to know people. Find out somebody that's maybe compatible with you. I would do that versus just the roommate match and getting you know a random stranger. I would just try to get to know somebody. And then once you do that, you can let Rose Tours know, hey, I'm on roommate match, but I found this person that I want to roommate with, and then they'll link you together.
Yeah.
So I would go that route if it were me and I didn't have a roommate.
And I mean, I'm extra cautious. I have had to do this, and I found somebody online through a mutual friend, but then we talked on the phone a couple times about what we were expecting for the cruise, what kind of, lifestyle we have. Because, if one of us is a little bit more, crazy than the other, it might not work out. And just to make sure you're compatible, because you can be compatible with a lot of people on Facebook, but
so with
real life, not
did
necessarily.
That work out for you, Grace? Yeah, because
yeah,
my first
cruise worked out for me on my first cruise.
I didn't know anyone, so I knew that Rose Tours had the roommate match program, but I was a little reluctant. And then and I knew that there were Facebook groups, so I posted on one of the groups saying that I was looking for a roommate. And similar to you, Grace, I wanted to find somebody that I thought I would be compatible with, that we had similar vibes. So we we didn't call, but we chatted for a little bit, for a day. That's it. And then we just decided to just go for it, and it worked out just fine. So yeah.
And I mean, even my roommate that first time, we didn't spend a whole lot of time together, actually. But it wasn't a nightmare when we went back to our rooms. So that was nice.
More positive roommate match than anything negative.
Go ahead.
If anyone not worried about it, just ask on Facebook or ask on Instagram, whatever. But I've heard way more positive or lukewarm than anything negative.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're by yourself and you're not sure whether you should try this or not, if you're nervous about it, holy cow, there are a lot of us on that boat that the first time we went, we were all by ourselves, didn't know anybody. And by the time you leave, you have friends forever.
Yep.
And they let you stay at their house and go on their Instagrams and swim in their pool. So it's great. 5 stars.
That's amazing. Okay, so I think last couple questions here. Oh, actually, maybe the last question, since we'll get to our next guest. But do you have any cruise moments that you would, positive or negative, redo?
I don't think I do. I mean, I appreciate every experience that I've had. I don't think I would redo anything, to be honest. I really don't. I've enjoyed every single cruise for different reasons. And to me, each one is better than the last because you just know more and more people each time. There's more people to hang out with. And I wouldn't change a thing. What about you, Grace?
I think the mishaps turn out to be the better stories. So I'm just roll with it. Something, you know, weird happens, just roll with it. It's all good.
Yeah.
Something to look back on.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Would you redo anything?
I can't think of
I can't answer that.
I don't know. I can't think of any like less than positive experiences that I'd want to redo. If anything, I'd want to redo like my first sail away party just to relive it. Yeah.
Is this real life? Oh my God.
Yeah.
But you know what? I feel like the sail away party on the 2022 cruise was just like my first, because it had been so long, right? It was just like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe that we're here again. And it's been such a long time and such a wait. We've all been through so much, and here we are.
Yeah. I will say, if there was a time that I could go back to just to do it again because it was so amazing, the last GPS night on the last cruise between like 4 a.m. and 6 a.m., none of us had any energy, but there was a ball of energy. And it felt like, I sound really cheesy when I say this, but it felt like Donnie and Danny would like toss it to us, and we would be like rejuvenated, we'd be going crazy, and then we toss it back to them, and suddenly they get more energy. And like 6 a.m. we should be dead, and we're all just like, we're ready to keep going. And it was just like some kind of weird magic, and it was awesome. And I wish I could go back to it. I wouldn't redo it, but I'd love to go back and just be like, feel that again, you know?
It was 6:12 a.m.
5010.
My gosh, what a night. Yeah, that would be a nice one to live over.
We're talking about sail away, and my very first cruise was out of New Orleans, and they had actually did that pre-party before the cruise.
I do that too.
I remember that being so awesome, because that was my first experience, and I was like, there's not a lot of people in here. We got to get so close to them, and I had no idea what the cruise was going to entail. So that was amazing.
Okay, somebody in the chat has asked if they actually need a roommate. Can they get a cabin on their own? And they can, but it would be it's pricey.
Same thing. Yeah. If you because you're basically paying for both spots.
So if you go on the Rose Tours website, I think there's like a pricing section. I can't remember the exact name. I think it might be pricing. It has the breakdown for all the different categories. If you do the room as a single, how much it would be, or as a double, or as a triple, or as a quad. And not all rooms are available in all of those options, but you can see how much you'd be paying. And typically as a single, you're paying more.
Right. Yeah. And when you go in to book, one of the first things they're going to ask you is, are you going to be by yourself, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people?
And I would say don't stress too much about the room type. Maybe you're set on, I want a balcony. On this cruise, you don't really get to utilize it that much. You're really just in there to sleep and shower. So don't stress over if you get stuck on, deck 1, inside cabin, and you think you're missing out. You're not going to be missing out. Like, don't stress over that part. It'll be fine. Go for the room that you want, but if it's not there, don't stress over the room that you get.
My first cruise, I was in the basement, and I had an obstructed showroom view, and it was a pole that I could see around easily. So, like, don't stress. If that's what you get, it doesn't mean you're not going to be able to see. It doesn't mean you're going to be in the basement. No one will ever talk to you. We all come upstairs. It's fine.
Yeah,
just be happy.
That Titanic in Sturridge had just as much fun as the people in the ballroom. So I mean, all going to be in the ballroom.
Well, for the first part.
Meg's put your luggage enjoys the room more than you do. That's true.
There you go.
So true.
I like that.
Well, ladies, we appreciate you being here so much. And the surprise of Grace and her very special song was truly a memory.
Our chanteuse. Thank you so much, Grace, for that.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me
serenaded us.
Anyway, thank you. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Home, Grace. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
That was amazing. Well, we started a little late. We're running a little late, but we'll
I'm going to grab our next guest, okay? Yeah. You want to entertain everyone? You want to reset the room in case we have anybody new who's joining us?
Entertain anyone after that. Okay. So everyone watching, Blockhead U, up in the left-hand corner, there's a little arrow down. Click on it. Any of our guests tonight, next week, the week after, because we're here every Wednesday, you can follow them by clicking down and then it'll give you a quick follow button. So please do, because everyone takes their time to be here and has great stories, and we want everyone to interact, which is the whole point of being here. Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Okay. Let's see if your voice sounds a little raspy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. Seriously. Like, anytime new kids are involved, I just exhausted. That's it. Yes.
Okay. So before we start, if people don't know, will you please introduce yourself and tell us where you are joining us from?
Hi, I'm Melissa Lima, and I am from Houston, Texas.
I'm Eva Knight Anassi. That's my real last name. And I'm from Houston,
Welcome,
Texas.
ladies. I know it's been a very long 24 hours, if not 48 hours for all of you. And we really appreciate that you joined us this evening, because we want to hear all about, obviously, the rodeo. And we also want to get some cruise tips from you. So let's start with the rodeo, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are both from Houston.
Yes.
I'm assuming this was not your first time at the Houston Rodeo? Okay, so who are some of the other acts that you've seen at the Houston Rodeo? So we can understand, like, you know, like the caliber of this event, how special it is.
I've seen Bruno Mars. I've seen Pitbull quite a few times. He's great at the rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to many. I don't necessarily like the rodeo and that they do the rodeo. So if I go to the concert, I just go for like if I go to the rodeo, it's just for concert. So
yeah,
I've only people there. You have probably more.
I'm not really a country fan, so I only go on Black Heritage Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have different artists: Beyonce, Bun B, Usher, Alicia Keys, Cardi B. So that's typically when I go.
Okay, so having said you've been to the rodeo before, can you even mention like how many times you've, not the rodeo, but the concerts at the rodeo, how many times have you actually gone?
I go to every one. I've only looked at the rodeo maybe once or twice. I go straight. I just go for the concert.
I'm surprised that hat's still lighting up. That hat was good.
I know. I got it from Amazon, like $20, and it's
so when the new kids announced that they were going to be at the rodeo, what was your reaction as locals? Like, what does it mean?
Okay, I woke up to like 30 text messages. My mom loves Donnie, but she knows him as Danny from Blue Bloods. She texted me. That's the first text I saw. She said she calls them Donnie in the Block. She Donnie Block. Oh, they're going to be performing at the rodeo. And I'm like, huh? Then I saw the rest of the messages. People like to tease me. They call them BSB. And they're like, you boys, your favorite boys.
So these are your non-Blockhead friends that are now reaching out to you when they heard the news. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So they were teasing me. I had like 30 text messages before I even saw it. So I thrilled. I was happy. For those who don't know, it's an honor to play at the Texas Rodeo. It's the biggest rodeo in the world, and it's an honor to play there. So I was just
you must have been really proud.
They finally got that opportunity.
Yeah.
I was very proud.
And Melissa, you probably had the same reaction, yeah?
Oh my God, yeah. When I heard, I was like, man, these guys just keep going, and you know, the excitement, and it just makes you feel like you know, there's a common bond between all your friends and just getting together. And I knew it was going to be just an amazing time and a huge party. So we were super excited that it was coming to Houston.
Yeah.
Okay. So was there anything in particular about this show that was completely different than what we've seen on tour?
New Kid Cowboy hat. Yes.
Besides watch it to get to the they had to watch this doo-doo. Can I say shit on
Grace and Terrie had mentioned that. There's a lot of poop. Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of poop because it's immediately after the rodeo. So they have to walk through that to get to the fans during tonight. So other than that,
so we were in the front, and when the cows and when all that, you know, Eva, what are those things called when they ride the buggies around? They try and like race and they ride
like truck wagons or whatever.
Wagons. Well, they come around so fast it like throws up all this, I don't know, like rocks and like dirt and all these clumps of dirt. And we had made a sign for some reason because we, you know, as Blockhead, you know, not to bring a sign to the concert, but we decided to because it was rodeo and we knew we were in the front. So we used that as a shield to like shield all the like flying. It was so that was different.
So that's a tip for if they play the rodeo next time, is beware of like the flying poop, right?
Yeah.
A girl posted that she got dude on herself. Did y'all see that? Yeah, a girl posted it on I think Christina's group. Yeah. Shout out Christina to her group. I think she posted the picture of the dude on herself. Yeah. So don't come looking too cute because you're gonna get dude on yourself if you sit.
It's worth it. Hey, we've had worse on us on the cruise.
Yeah. So, but what about like in the set list? So I know that they sang "Save a Horse." No, wait, "Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy."
Yeah, yeah.
Was there anything else? Right. Different?
I didn't.
Not that I know. It was just, I mean, we've been to enough shows that we've kind of heard like the wide range of songs they sing, but that was like so unexpected and it was so hot. Whoever that was, I don't know because I don't follow that guy, but it was he was so hilarious
He's a
and
TikTok
it made it wrapped up the whole show. It was
sorry, who did they bring on and what did they do?
Call me Chico. He's a Houston TikTok star that does this would save a horse or save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Oh,
he does funny dance, and to do the dance for them. It was really the highlight. It was so
that dance. It was so great. It was so amazing.
Yeah. It was just funny. It was unexpected. So I got a kick out of it.
A lot of humping of the okay, so you guys, one of the things we wanted to talk to you about was you helped with a bunch of other, not a bunch of other, but with some select Houston-based blockheads to do a pre-party. Can you tell us how you came up with that and what it was like orchestrating the whole thing?
Well, Eva and I see each other not often, but like I went to her birthday with her family, and so we're pretty close. And so we knew we had to do something because a lot of times when we travel, like for the cruise or for different shows, I don't like to get out and like I try and get out and meet other people or like meet up for events. But I know before the cruise there was some kind of like karaoke somewhere. It just gets so crowded. We tried to show up somewhere and it was so crowded at this one place and it's just too much. And so we knew this one spot we did, Armadillo Palace, was going to be like very, very big and could hold whoever wanted to come. So we had a standing reservation from 2 to 5 and we just said, come and go as you please. And it worked out to perfection. It was.
You guys got a pretty epic picture in front of a giant armadillo. And there looked like there was what, like 70 or 100 people there, maybe? Okay.
Throughout, people came in and out. So it was a good turnout, you know. Yeah. We wanted to just show our Southern hospitality. And we did and met people. I know a lot of people on social media, but I've never met them. So it's nice to meet a lot of people that I've been talking to for years. And
it
then,
was
of course, my old
friends.
friends.
It was genuine and intimate and just wonderful.
Yeah. I ran into the guy the bartender, remember I told you, Mel? The bartender, and he was walking, I was coming from the bathroom, and he was walking, and he was like, oh my God, I'm tired. Because so many of us, and they kept serving us, you know, we like to drink. So...
But there was no, they came out with that food. Like I called them, you know, we called a couple months ago and warned them, but they're ready for us. It was amazing.
Yeah. It was.
Was there a favorite part for each of you of the party?
No, just meeting different people. You know, everybody came and they thanked us for inviting them. And it was just meeting new people and meeting people that, I mean, it was mainly me just meeting people I've been talking to for years on social media. And then it was our hometown, guys. So, you know, we always have to travel. So it was that I only had to get in a car and drive 15 minutes. Donnie, do this more often. I'm telling you, it was.
And it was probably
away.
really
So
nice to host people in your city, right? And to welcome them to your city and show it off, right?
Yeah, when the door opened, you could hear the door open because they were real heavy wood doors. Yeah. And it was here now. And we were just, it was so neat to see everyone walk through the door that we didn't even expect or didn't know, because we didn't necessarily ask for RSVPs or like ask of a list of people who were coming. And so I think for me, just seeing everyone come through that door, and then that group picture was so, I mean, we were like, hey guys, group picture before anyone leaves. And we rushed out there and we said 1, 2, 3, yeehaw. And it was just great. It was amazing.
We stopped traffic. People were honking at us.
And I love that you were underneath the giant armadillo. It was perfect.
Perfect place.
It was a perfect spot. Melissa, credit to Melissa. She picked the spot.
Yeah, but so going back to the rodeo and then the party, what was so important to you guys about hosting, or you said Southern hospitality, but how did you decide, like, we really want to organize this and make sure people feel welcome?
Well, a lot of people inbox me and ask me, what are y'all doing? Yeah. So it's like it was expected. You know, Melissa's the queen of Houston, so it was like expected.
And, like I said before, you know, we meet all these people on the cruise, and I've actually become friends with most, like my friend group and my core group are cruise like people that I met on the cruise. And so it was only fair to like be able to see them if they did come in, because, you know, we've made some great friends, and I couldn't not see them if they were going to be in Houston. So.
Yeah, and I guess with it also being on a weeknight, like maybe people were just like coming into the city, like it's a quick in and out, right? So you create an experience where everybody could see each other right before the concert, because we know at the concert everybody just kind of like fans out, right? So it's hard to catch up.
And that's why we did 2 to 5. We knew people were coming and going, and then the rodeo, like the doors opened at 6, I think. And so that gave people time to be able to walk around and experience the rodeo, because like Eva said, it's a one of a kind, like, chance to experience something that you know usually can't.
Right. Ashley, did you want to ask your mystery question?
Okay. Yeah. So the controversy is who said it? Someone yelled Minneapolis.
Joe.
I'm gonna blame Joe. It couldn't have been.
Oh, it was like.
Well, Jordan is perfect in your eyes, Eva, right? Yeah.
No, thicker accent too. It was Joe 100%. Right when he said it, I knew it was Joe. I was like, why would people think it was Jordan?
Yeah. And we still want an answer. I mean, we were like, this is
right.
I would understand if he said Dallas.
Like if they were like cruising, or if they were like doing a show back to back, I could say, where did?
Yes. So there has to be some rhyme and reason for this. We're waiting for Joey to explain.
Maybe he'll do an Instagram live later tomorrow to break it down and explain himself.
Yeah. Explain yourself. Minneapolis and Houston are 2 totally different cities. So I don't know.
So bizarre. No. Okay, so switching gears a little bit, you've mentioned that you guys have cruised. How many cruises have each of you been on?
6 or 6, I think 6 or 7.
I booked 3, but I've been on 2.
So what advice do you have for people who are booking for tomorrow?
Take a Xanax. I don't know. It's so stressful, and it's so, hi Preston. It's so it's stressful. P-Money. It's so stressful, but for no reason. Like, you know, if you get on, you get on. But take a Xanax or have a couple drinks. I don't know.
The last girls gave some good tips. I would just, if you want to do early dining, that goes very quickly. So, and most people like early dining because the guys besides Jordan are mostly drunk during the game show,
Oh, wait, now,
which makes it more
now
fun. And
it's going to be full, Eva.
Did I give the secret away?
I've always told people, I've always said, you want to do late dining because then if you're if you're late dining, you get to see the show first and then everything's fresh and new and they just regurgitate it for the next one. So you don't want to be late, you don't want to be early dining. You want to be late dining. But
I mean, it depends on if I like to eat late or early too. I always pick late dining because I'm a late eater.
Yeah.
So it depends on why
if you choose early dining or late dining, you always have access to the buffet, right? I mean, the buffet isn't open all the time, but during like dinner time ish, it's available too if you don't want to go to a restaurant.
I didn't eat in a restaurant at one time, and I think I've only eaten there once. I always just eat at the buffet. So that's
obsessed with dancing with they do like a little dance in the dining room, and I don't know what it was. We fell in love with our server and had him every night. So I went to the dining room.
Okay.
You know what? And anyway, while we're on that, tip your servers if there's someone that goes extra, like out of the ordinary. Tip them like at the time though, because if you say it's in that whole like fee or whatever that they collect at the time of booking or whatever. I've asked different servers, how much they make a month in their country, and they're like, no, cruising, like our tips is what we survive on. So if you have like $2 to give them for someone that does amazing service, tip them at the time of service. Don't like give it in a bulk for everyone.
Yeah,
because that way you ensure that it goes into their pocket, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
Bring a lot of cash.
Any other cruise tip advice for people who are planning? Well, first, do we even ask, are you guys both planning on cruising this year?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm in a weird, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And if I get on at a later time, I don't know.
Because here's the thing, even though the booking starts tomorrow, right? So the booking will open up for past cruisers and for fan club members tomorrow. And then like it'll go on sale for the general public later. Like there's still opportunities, right? It's not to say that like this is the only opportunity now or never. People are always selling. Stuff opens up. So if you don't know right now, it'll be okay, right? Should your situation change or should you decide to go.
And this is the first time I've ever been on the fence. Dying. Like, when are they going to announce it? When are they going to? And I'm just kind of like, I probably will like later down the road. And then other tips, I would say, first of all, stop crowding on the stop pushing and crowding on the Lido deck. That's another tip for the cruise. Are we talking about cruise tips or booking cruise?
Right now we're thinking booking I think, but
booking. Yeah. And like they said earlier, just have like your roommates either in the room or on standby where you can like get something from them quick because you'll need something like, what's your birthday? I don't know. Like, what's your birthday? You're trying to like put in information. So just know like all about that.
Save it. Yeah. Save the information on your computer. Practice.
Cut and paste. Have everything ready to cut and paste.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's stressful. It's like taking an exam. It's stressful. And the girls gave a good tip earlier to have several budgets. And if you can't stick to the first budget, then go to the next one and don't over budget. Don't go over your budget. Just sell all the time. Buyer's remorse. People sell. So I think most people can get on. I think 10 was the only one that was sold out, maybe.
10 sold out.
I might be wrong, but the rest of them have maybe sold out at the end. So I think you have time. If you don't know, don't rush. And make sure your roommate is not BSC. A background check on them or something.
Software.
No, seriously. It's just, it's going to happen. If it's going to happen, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen.
So
Go with the flow.
So now we're on the boat. We're preparing for the boat, and we're waiting for the theme night announcements. What's your ideal theme night? And Melissa, this is assuming you're going to be there too. What's your dream theme night?
So I loved Cowboy Night, and so I didn't personally hear Donnie say it last night. Yeah, we were just in the moment and I didn't hear that, but we loved Cowboy Night, and sexy new kids in cowboy hats are amazing. My other one is just anything where it's a broad theme, because if they say, Red Night, cool, because that gives us tons of opportunity for, inspiration and just ideas and things like that. But if they say like your favorite nuclear, whatever, you're like, okay, what, there's not many options. So anything that there's a chance to have, your mind run wild, I guess.
Right.
Heritage Night. I want to see a Heritage Night where you rep your heritage, I'll come out with my feathers, my little, I don't know. Hey, maybe Danny's Pimps and Hoes Night. I don't know. Why they won't do that?
I do have to tell you one of my outfits. I don't know if you guys have maybe seen this, but I wore a bathing suit. But it was the moment where I reached up to grab Jordan like this, and Babs took a picture. So I took that picture and put it on a one-piece bathing suit and wore that with heels. I can't remember. It was like Blockhead night or something like that, and that's what I wore.
That was epic. That was really epic. Because it looked like you were literally grabbing them.
I do like the idea of a pretty generic, when it was specifically 80s glitter night or whatever it was on the cruise that wasn't to be. Yeah. It's very specific or MTV, 2000s MTV, whatever. It was okay, that's pretty.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Because to me, I think that's still pretty broad, but it's true. If you just pick a color, you can run wild with it. Like you said, that leaves you a lot of wiggle room, but
yeah, but then you get 50 Madonnas and 50 Shania Twains when MTV. I know you guys know who I'm talking about if you're in the chat. It is let's be Shania Twain. Let's be every version of Britney Spears. That was an idea that we had, but how it's just those are too specific, so it doesn't have creativity, and then we just end up randomly wearing robes or something. Thing, but
oh my god,
yeah, something just to be fun. People just want to have fun, and I like your disclaimer that you don't have to spend a lot of money. Some people do. Some people go way out, and
this
some
is my
people
costume.
Only wear a shirt that says this is my costume. Do what's comfortable. You don't have to be like the mass. Do what's comfortable. Yeah. So that's the most important thing.
Or
come and have fun.
The drinks are the same, whether you're dressed to the hilt or not.
1, 2, 3 drinks. Everybody looks alike.
The fireball goes down the same.
So have fun. Some people, it's stressful, but I think we make it stressful. We make it stressful on ourselves. Just like booking. Just go for, but I have to have a cabin. I have to have a balcony because I'm claustrophobic. But I don't care what balcony, I don't care what floor. But other than that, if you're not like me, just get on the boat. Like they said earlier, you're barely in your room. And if you are, you're just sleeping. Just get on the damn boat.
Was it Ashley who said, if you're in your room, you're doing it wrong?
Yeah.
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 Probably.
You can nap anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes. You're not.
No.
You're not supposed to sleep. That's
okay. So I think we're bringing back a question that we were asking everybody, right after the cruise, everybody who joined our live. So, ladies, is it Lido or is it Lido?
Lido.
Yeah.
Lido.
And Lido is still winning.
Lido.
I think
that's so funny to me.
Do not crowd on the Lido deck, and if when we're there for the sail away, you know, don't stand on, they shouldn't have had the, what are those called? Like the lounge chairs. They had them like laying out still.
Oh, right.
Through the Lido deck. You know, and there were girls, because there were a lot of like first time cruisers this year, and they were standing on those, and it was annoying because then you couldn't see anything and they would not move. And so just be nice and enjoy the Lido deck, but don't crowd.
Mm-hmm. I'm pitching for like a group of maybe like 10 to 12 previous cruisers to be like an authority board, you know, pull
like,
together and, you know, see what opinions there are, to like, how do we make this just even a little, and they don't, you know, it's new kids, they don't have to or may not even listen to what we have to say, but I just think maybe like an authority, like a
hall monitor.
Yeah, like a hall monitor. Yeah.
We have like notepads, and we would like write like offense, like you get an offense for this, and like stick it on their like door, and then 3 of them, you're done.
This is totally going in the wrong direction. Basically, like blockhead cops, essentially. Is that?
I don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
I'm there here for a good long time.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we're paying to be there, I'm not there to work. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies, before we let you go, is there anything else you want to share about the experience of having new kids in your hometown for such a big event, or one last thing you want to leave us with, other than stop crowding each other on the Lido? Any one last little bit of advice for the crowd listening right now?
Experience. I mean, it was just epic. It was so cute seeing John, because from where I was sitting, you could see John watching the rodeo, and he was just so immersed and just like in awe, and it was just so cute. But the whole thing was just beautifully done, and it was fun. It was like a different kind of energy to be in my hometown with them at the rodeo. They come for concerts, but the rodeo is a totally different, you know, it's like they were elevated. They deserved it, and they finally got what they deserved. And so it's
like
just,
the other ladies were saying, it's a stadium that they were playing, right? So 70,000 people compared to what we typically see in an arena, right? And was it very, very loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There were kids in there, like little kids, little babies, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just so loud. And I was able to go with my nieces and my sister and a good friend from high school. So to get to experience that with them, one of my friends took a picture of me and my niece dancing to I'll Be Loving You Forever. And it was just so cute from behind. And it was great to just experience that with them, even though we go to the concert.
There's that next generation of blockheads.
Yeah. Real family vibe, real just being in our hometown, but the guys wearing cowboy boots and cowboy hats and watching John watch the whole rodeo. And it was just, it was more like intimate, if that makes sense. But, you know, they were still so far away, but there were so many people with families, and it's a tradition for people to go to the rodeo every year, and people have tickets, and it was just such a different experience. And it was just, I can't say enough good things about it. One thing, it was hard. We got front. Usually I'm like in the stands, and all you do is watch the big screen. So it was great, but we were in the front, and so it was too far to see like straight. But the monitor was like up here, so that, you know, if they do it again, if you come to the rodeo for a concert, maybe get up a little more, because being here, our eyes, you know, it's hard to see the stage because it does rotate.
Right.
But the monitor keeps it on the guys at all times. But when live, it rotates.
And is the monitor like, it's in the center of the field, but
yeah, it's like
above.
It's like all sides. It's probably like 6-sided or whatever, so you can see them on, but you can crystal clear, like if you were in the front row at a real concert, like normal concert.
Yeah.
And, but you know, usually you do have to just watch that at the rodeo, but it was, I mean, the smell of the rodeo, and that was bad, but you know, environment and just the low battery, just the whole vibe. It was just a different experience that, you know, us blockheads never get to experience.
Well, you know, and I was thinking about, like, in January, we saw them at Carnegie Hall. So New York City, right? In this prestigious venue, and then an equally prestigious experience, but in a totally different part of the country, the rodeo. And then we're preparing for a convention, and then we're also preparing to see them on the boat. Like, the range of experiences that we're getting from them, it's wild. Yeah. Yeah, and I think Donnie hinted on his live yesterday that they were adding some more little events around the country. And he also said north of the border, so country north of the border, and I'm north of the border. So I'm hoping, you know, all this talk about having them in your hometown has made me, you know, hope that they come to my hometown real soon.
I text you as soon as I heard it.
Yeah. I was asleep, but I saw it in the morning, and I was happy to see that. And I went back to the live and I rewatched it to just make sure. Although it sounds like afterwards he said that he wasn't committing to Canada. He didn't necessarily mean Canada, but whatever. Yeah.
It's always a plus when it's in
I feel bad. I feel bad that the U.S. gets everything. I really do, because I do have friends in Canada and UK and Europe. So it sucks, and I feel bad for them that we're always able to go to these events. And I know they come for the cruise, but it is nice that, you know, to hear that they might go outside the border.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, half of the U.S. people are going to be there anyway, but it is.
Listen, I had a bar stool for that Toronto show, and we lost out on that. So if they come, if we can get our bar stools back, that would be great. But I'm not counting on that.
Oh yeah, I thought it was canceled for you guys.
I
hope
so
you guys.
too.
I hope you redeem that. Redeem
manifesting for Melanie.
Yeah.
Get the new Toronto.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it, and thank you for doing what you did for everyone before rodeo time together.
It was epic. We loved it. Can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, you did your city proud.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing your Southern hospitality with us in our live, and of course everybody who rolled into your city yesterday.
Oh, thank you. That means so much.
Thank you. It was great chatting with you guys.
It does. Do it again. And I hope they're invited again. I hope they're invited again, because there's some that come almost every year or every other year. Yeah. From the George Strait, like Shania Twain, there's some artists that come every year. So I'm like, they need to come back. Yeah. The staff were even. The crew, the staff were all dancing. You know, it was just a good time. We all had a good time. So I hope they do invite them to come back.
Eva, Margaret has said that she's still waiting on an answer about the outfit. Don't know what she means by that. Margaret.
Who?
She's, still waiting on an answer about the outfit.
Maybe
I thought it was an inside joke. I don't know, but
your favorite.
Margaret, you're gonna have to message Eva after this, because we don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
sister.
Sister. Because I made a joke. I put on Beyonce's album. You know how she was dressed in that little see-through outfit? But yes, I put a joke saying that that's how I was going to roll up it to the road. And she said,
you know what? There's always the cruise Lido deck. You can wear that on the Lido deck, regardless of the theme.
Theme night.
Mark. Gotta do some crunches. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I could. Oh no. I could never. I couldn't pull that.
Amazing.
But no.
Thank you guys. It was great chatting with you. We'll let you go. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Okay. Thank you for having us. Bye.
I really regret rodeo.
I got you. And we forgot to mention that they were on Donnie's live last night.
Yes,
he brought them on very briefly. He was going through a bunch of different blockheads, and they were on, and they were having a good time.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry?
That's the fun of a random live late at night, is that you might turn the camera on, something crazy happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay, well, you know what? This has been, Instagram has been
we made it.
challenging us. We made it, but we made it. We're going to go to bed at a sensible time because we need to be awake. We need to be alert. We need to be prepped for tomorrow. And after this call, I'm getting on a call with my roommates, and we're going to strategize for tomorrow. So best of luck. Yeah, we're going to stretch. We're going to clean our glasses. So best of luck to everyone who is booking tomorrow, and you too, Ashley.
I'm ready.
Ready.
I don't care. I'm going to be putting my head. I will be on that boat no matter what.
And I'll see you there. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
All right.
Okay, happy International Women's Day to everyone. I don't know if I've said that. Yeah, I did say that like a lot at the beginning, but you know what? I'll say it again. Happy International Women's Day to everyone out there. And we will see you here next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. Right?
Yes.
Good night,
All right.
everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.